Good afternoon. Welcome on in to another episode of From Day One. This afternoon, we will go on over, with the help of Log Talk Mike, we have a bunch of pro se litigants that just do not know how to handle their case. We will be doing an A and B side, covering this through both episodes today. So let's begin.
So he knows he can't do any of this stuff. Guns, body armor. He's got a job as a security involving a gun. It's a job he can't have. He's got to find something else to do for work. Um, Mr. Jennings, you can't have a gun. I mean, I don't know how else to say that to you.
And now, let's begin with our idiots of the day.
Washington County 14B District Court is now back in session. The court will call the case of State of Michigan versus Andrew Alfaro Callejas, case number 22S00579.
Okay, he's really bad at representing himself, but you have to admit the hair is fantastic.
Really, Mike?
And Ypsilanti Township tickets number 23W000024 and 22W00119993.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
You know, it
Assistant
doesn't mean you're on a
Defendant
boat.
Transi Akinwumi on behalf of Mr. Andrew Alfaro Callejas. Mr. Alfaro Callejas, could you please unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Andrew Alfaro, and I stated that I didn't need a state attorney. Is that still valid?
Stated what, sir?
Yeah, what?
I let her know that I didn't need an attorney, a defensive attorney. That was
Sir,
Moron?
yes.
you are clear. I am the only one that decides whether or not an attorney will be on a case or not. You don't get to decide that until I've made a finding that you are competent to do so.
Okay.
Do you understand, so?
Yes, I understand.
Or stop being an idiot.
Both the assigned defense attorney who can't get anywhere with him and the judge just have had more than enough of this guy already.
Right. So, first of all, we're back here for sentencing. There were three things that I wanted to happen before we
Yes, Mikey.
continue. One was, I indicated that if there was a motion that was going to be filed to withdraw his plea, that needed to be filed prior to today's date. I don't see any such motion in my file. Am I missing anything?
The people aren't aware of any motion, either, Your Honor.
Your Honor, you are not missing anything. We did not file a motion. We have not been able to make or have substantial communication with Mr. Alfaro Callejas. I was able to meet with him today in the courthouse, and he was not interested in speaking with me in regards to the case. He just renewed his request stating that he did not want my office or any attorney representing him. So I guess I wanted to know from the court how the court would like for us to proceed. If he's made those statements, I didn't know if it was proper for us to still continue filing motions or making any requests on his behalf.
Well, before that type of request can even be entertained, the next question, which is what I was getting to next, was that I said that if there was any referral for competency, that needs to happen before today's court date as well. So have you made a determination as to whether or not you believe that Mr. Alfaro Callejas is competent?
Judge, for my, I do think that he is competent. He states.
This reminds me now that Natalie's on here. I was just on her stream a little
Yes.
earlier. If you want to see that, it's pretty fun. I go in and make a complete nuisance of myself.
Yes, you did,
and then
Mike.
leave.
He's referring.
Speaking with him, he understands.
Stop. He's referring to Natalie Lawyer Chick, a very nice, smart, able attorney who has a channel here on YouTube as well.
What is going on in the case. I was hopeful that I would be able to communicate or contact a family member, his mother specifically, but that was unsuccessful. There are some language barriers there in regards to speaking with his mother. His aunt usually comes to court with him, but he understands what is going on in the case. I was not the attorney who represented him when he entered the plea initially. He maintains or has a particular defense that he wants to assert to the court. For competency purposes, I do think that he would be
Is
found
wacko?
competent if the court.
Translation: he knows what he's doing. He's just an a-hole.
And stupid.
I think he's competent, Judge.
All right, thank you. Having said that, Mr. and your attorney finding that you're competent, who's in the best position to make that decision? Mr. Alfaro Callejas, I understand that you're renewing your request to have no representation by counsel. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
So you fully understand that this is a misdemeanor carrying a maximum penalty of up to 90 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. And that if you don't have counsel, then if counsel is allowed to withdraw from this case based on a breakdown in the attorney relationship or based on your request to do so, and you're allowed to represent yourself, you can still get up to 90 days in the Washtenaw County Jail.
It
Do
probably
you
will.
understand that?
Yes, I do.
And do you understand that it is not
Oh, you really can. Trust me. You really, really can get up to 90 days.
Yeah.
advisable under any circumstances to
Oh,
represent
sorry.
yourself in court without counsel? Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, I understand
Over
that he's an idiot.
the advice of the court that is not wise, and you still want to
sorry.
represent yourself, and why?
I feel more comfortable representing myself. I just feel more comfortable defending myself because all I have is the truth.
Well, it's all about your comfort. Are you going to feel more comfortable being in jail for 90 days?
Yes.
Just wondering.
So that's why I'm comfortable.
That's all anybody has, sir. You know, you're not unique in that situation. What will be unique is that you're representing yourself, which many people choose not to do because they know it's not wise, but you're going to make that decision anyway. As long as I've informed you of the maximum penalties, which is 90 days in jail, and you fully understand
And the
that.
money.
If you choose to do that by yourself, then I'm going to allow it, but I'm going to appoint the PD as standby counsel.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, we're here for sentencing today, sir. What would you like to say prior to sentencing?
I'm innocent.
You already pled guilty.
Oh,
Well, okay. Then
or you already
no,
pled
I have
guilty.
no symptoms. I mean, no, Your Honor.
Going down the
No
flames.
way. This is why you shouldn't represent yourself, because you don't even understand the process.
I just said, oh, I'm sorry. I said no, Your Honor. I have no statement.
Heather,
I'm
give him the
innocent.
90 days.
No statement. Yeah, that's right. No statement.
Ms. McDuffie?
Thank you, Your Honor. So I am in receipt of the pre-sentence investigation report. I believe this one is from his original sentencing date, which was June 20th. I don't think there have been any changes to it since that time. I don't, Mr. Alfaro Callejas, well, I'm not going to address any of his previous representations because at this point he's representing himself, so we have essentially crossed that bridge. I do, though, want to point out that at one point, and I believe that was on June 20th, he believed that he was 17 years old when this offense occurred. But I believe based on the information that we have and the fact that this offense occurred last year, that he would have been either 20 or 21 years old when it occurred. So that being the case, I agree with the recommendation, and I would ask probation to, I would ask the court to adopt it, except that what we've seen in the past two adjourned sentencings, I think, increases the concern. So if the court finds it appropriate to adjust the length of that probation and supervision and add any additional terms, that people would certainly have no objection to that either.
And this is
Okay.
why you should have an attorney to go, hey, wait a minute.
Mr. Alfaro Callejas, do you understand what's going on, sir?
Yes, I do.
No,
And
he doesn't. Maggie?
actually, I accept it. I plead guilty. It's just, that's how I feel I have to do it. Even though I don't feel I'm guilty, even though I know I'm not guilty. But it's just, this is the easier thing to do at this point. But this is the case of the police officer that hit me, right?
So you pled guilty to this, sir, back on June 20th.
Mikey, what did you bring me?
Actually, January 26th of 2023,
I love that part so much.
You pled guilty, sir. You should know.
pled guilty back then. You pled guilty 8 months ago.
Yes, Your Honor.
Go
So
for
I'm
it.
really confused as to why you think once you pled guilty, you don't just start over. You've already pled guilty. You're here for sentencing.
Yeah, you're here
Do
to
you
get your 30
understand that
days.
Yes, Your Honor.
No, again, he doesn't, Your Honor.
Miss Akira Akinruli.
Sorry.
Judge, sorry, I was trying to see if I could grab a copy of the, I've gone over the report before with him, but I just wanted to hand him a copy out in the hallway.
Does he have a copy of the police report?
He wouldn't have it right now, I assume, but I can't confirm whether or not he's ever received a physical copy of it, Judge.
Considering how stupid he's acting, I'm going to say no.
Thank you. So, Mr.
Mr. Mohan.
O'Farrell, we have the allegation is, and well, the truth is that you turned left in front of a Washington County Sheriff's deputy in his work vehicle, and then you left the scene.
And is it work vehicle, you said?
That's a lot of
in front of a police car.
Sorry, did you say his personal car or his working car?
His working car.
AKA the cop car.
Yeah, he hit me.
And then you left the scene. You turned in front of him.
And then you ran.
You got hit, and then you left.
He wants to take another crack at
You want to try a third chance here?
After pleading guilty back in January. Also appealing to his feelings.
I was very shocked. I didn't know it was the officer.
Do you understand? Do you understand that leaving the scene is the crime?
Yeah, you ran.
Yes, sir. I went to my house, to my mom's house. It was 3 minutes away because I was very shocked because a random car just hit me. So
it wasn't a random car. You turned in front of the car.
I didn't turn
You
in front of
hit
it. My
it.
back of my car got hit.
No,
Like
you
the back rear
hit
end of near the lights.
That is you turning in front of a car. It doesn't matter where you got hit.
And it was a red light.
Your Honor, slap him.
It's irrelevant who was at fault.
Oh, yeah.
You left the scene.
Yes, ma'am. I did. I left the scene. But in my head, I was shocked.
It doesn't matter what's in your head.
Understood.
It's a crime.
Yes.
You leave, crime.
Yes. Then yes. And that, how you just said it, yes, I left the scene.
In my head, I was on the way to Planet Fitness, Judge. I think that'll clarify.
Oh, Mikey. Planet Fitness, really? Are we
I
going
don't
there again?
even understand why you're doing all of this when you were the one who left the scene. I don't understand this. That's why I question whether you're competent or not.
Nobody understands this from what he's saying, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Ms. Akira, is she taking the police report down now? No. So we're hoping that the attorney's going to bring you a copy of the police report, which you can review after this. But at this point, I'm going to move forward with sentencing. Is there anything else you would
Please
like
do,
to say?
Your Honor.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Give me the 30
It's the
days.
sentence of this court that you serve 90 days in the Washington County Jail credit for non. The balance is suspended, meaning that if you do what you're supposed to do while you're on probation, then you don't have to do any additional jail time. Do you understand that?
Enjoy your 90 days.
You're on probation for 6 months. Fines and court costs in this case for $525.
Ka-ching.
You owe restitution in an amount of $6,381
More
and
ka-ching.
65 cents, which I'm curious about. Did they not have insurance?
Mom?
I'm not talking to you, Mr. Alfaro Calles.
We're talking
Ms.
to
McDuffie.
the state.
Shut up.
Your Honor, I'm going to defer to Ms. Straub on that because I think that she has an invoice that actually came directly from the sheriff's department.
Your Honor, if I could just have one moment, I'm pulling it up. It's
I have it right
from
here,
Mr. Heaton. Okay.
but that doesn't answer the question
If they have
about
insurance,
whether or
they
not
shouldn't
they
get
had
full.
insurance. This is just an invoice for how much it would cost to do the repairs. It doesn't say whether insurance covered any of this. So I'm not going to order that right now. I'm going to leave it open for 30 days. We need to check into whether or not they had insurance and whether there's just a deductible that needs to be paid.
Will be, Your Honor, and I am looking at the notes. I don't actually have that physical. I think that was part of the interview, but I am looking at notes that report that the deputy that was hit was evaluated for some injuries as well. So I'm not sure if that invoice relates to any physical issues versus the vehicle. It doesn't. Okay.
This is just labor and body frame and a service fee and the processing fee for the work on the vehicle. So if there was insurance, that should have covered that.
Big
Okay.
Geno's fan.
My mom had insurance. It was her car.
Not
Sir,
you,
this is
sir.
not
Shut
about
up.
your
Not
insurance.
you.
This is
Not
about their
you.
insurance.
Let them handle it.
If this guy can get something wrong, he's gonna do it.
He's trying to get something
$40
wrong,
per month
Mikey.
probation oversight fee. So you need to do 5 days of community service. Meet with probation when and where directed, including any and all home
Are you
visits.
sure you're on?
You need
That
to
this guy
complete
can
the
do
Class
5
A
minutes.
training center
community
level
service.
1 decision-based driving class. And you need to start that class within the next 10 days because I don't think you fully understand how driving works. So I'm not sure that's the only class you need. So I'm going to start with that, but you definitely need to take that class.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, you need to call probation.
Yes. Can I get a number for that, please?
Phone number, yes, 73.
836, right?
Yes. All right, and then you have these other 2 tickets.
Yes, he
One
does,
for
Your Honor.
driving while license suspended and one for an unregistered vehicle. Your licenses are still suspended, so you shouldn't even be driving right now.
That is correct.
Yes.
Are you going to try to get your license? What are you going to do?
I'm currently unemployed, so
No.
No,
after
duh.
this court things, then yeah, when I get my job. But not right now.
So the first and never.
All right.
Do you want me to go get it? I can go get it.
Yeah, you should probably get your license. Otherwise, you got to figure out what you're going to do with these driving while license suspended tickets that you want to represent yourself on. Or do you want counsel again? Because you don't know what you're doing.
Counsel? Yeah, I probably will get counsel, be more informed about it.
I'm
If
sorry,
you-
what?
Yes, I will get lawyers when I go to court. It's the best thing to do. Or what's that called?
Public
Counsel.
defender?
Yeah, public defender.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get smart, but too late.
So the
Now he wants a lawyer.
He realized
pled
it's not that
guilty in
easy.
January. He got 90, albeit suspended with a pile of probation and problems. But now he's talking to attorneys.
Yeah, can I have an attorney, Your Honor?
PD, was the PD appointed on this case? So PD, you're still on 23W000024
Understood, Judge.
and the unregistered as well. So you're on both of those. Can you please help him? He only has
A brain. Well, it has 2 cells on it.
one suspension that keeps him from having his license. Right now, I'm not sure if this new case is going to affect that, but that is the from 2021 out of 1482. He has a no proof of insurance ticket that he needs to take care of out in Judge Barr's court. If he takes care of that, failure to appear, failure to complete his judgment, then he can get his license.
Okay.
So he just needs to call 1482 and get his license.
Your
You-
Honor, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Is that 1482 case, is that in with 443?
No,
Okay.
it ends with 6660. Do you have a different one?
No, his brother has one, so I just wanted to make sure we had them straight.
Okay.
No, why not?
So what is your request on these tickets, Miss
And
Akira?
Your Honor, please.
Okay. I bring him back on October 3rd, see if he has taken care of that ticket at least, okay?
Okay.
11 a.m. again. He needs handhold.
And I doubt there's going to be any more, but we'll leave it there. If there is any, we'll pick it up on the night side before we get to the other case. Thank you for watching From Day One.